Okay, Unit 10, Lecture 5. We'll start with A. There's going to be a few of these. I'm going to get the whiteboard up right away. There's quite a bit. Oh, let me hide the apps. Okay. The Bush administration, this is George H. Bush, initially, or at the very beginning, experienced many foreign policy successes as a result of the fall of communism in both Eastern Europe and the Soviet Union. Right, so George H. Bush oversees the collapse of the Soviet Union. Then the first year of the Bush presidency, German citizens tore down the Berlin Wall, which since 1961 had been the most important symbol of the Cold War. All right. Soon after the Berlin Wall fell, communist governments collapsed in every Eastern European satellite of the Soviet Union, and the Bush administration then witnessed a reunification, the bringing together of Germany. Both the East and West come together under the leadership of West Germany. In addition, President Bush had to deal with mounting tension in Yugoslavia, a non-aligned communist government in the Balkans region of Eastern Europe, which began to show signs of collapse in 1990. This is the Balkan region, the region during World War I, the powder keg of Europe. Okay, historically, the Balkan Peninsula of Europe has consisted of many different ethnic groups who have practiced several different religions. Okay, in mid-1991, Slovenia and Croatia, two of the 6 republics in the Yugoslavian Federation, announced their independence and seceded or left Yugoslavia. Bosnia-Herzegovina declared its independence in early 1992, followed by Macedonia. These actions left only Serbia and Montenegro as the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. Bosnia-Herzegovina, like post-World War II Yugoslavia, possessed several different ethnic groups, including the Bosnians who were Muslims, the Serbs who were Eastern Orthodox Christians, and the Croats who were Roman Catholics. Okay, so when the Serbian part of the population objected to independence, the Civil War broke out. All right, so in April 1992, we have a civil war between the Serbs, the Croats, and the Bosnians in Bosnia-Herzegovina. This war continued throughout the remainder of the Bush presidency and during the first administration, the first term of President William J. Clinton, Bill Clinton. The war in Bosnia attracted worldwide attention when it became known that Serbian troops brutally removed more than 2 million people from their homes and forced them into refugee camps, and were practicing what we call ethnic cleansing, all right, against Bosnian Muslims and Croats. They were using concentration camps and mass murdering these civilians. Okay, massacres of Muslim men and boys became known to the world, as well as the existence of these concentration camps. Okay, so many observers compared the Serbian ethnic cleansing with Nazi Germany's attempted genocide of the Jews, okay, during World War II. So international concern really increased when it became apparent that Croats were also committing atrocities against Muslims. So neither President Bush nor President Clinton were really wanting to intervene directly. They didn't want to send U.S. troops alone, ground troops, into this conflict. So instead, both American presidents tried to work first through the United Nations and then later on through NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And in late 1995, the warring factions finally signed a peace treaty. Under the terms of this treaty, NATO troops would enforce peace in Bosnia-Herzegovina. Okay, the NATO sent a peacekeeping force of around 60,000 troops. The majority, of course, would be U.S. troops. About 20,000 Americans committed by the Clinton administration. Okay, and I said we sent more troops than anybody else. Of course, not the majority. All right, so American involvement in these events following the collapse of Yugoslavia reflected 3 foreign policy goals that the United States adopted after the collapse of the Soviet Union. So in the post-Cold War world, we have to change our mission, and we have 3 main goals: a commitment to foreign aid in both the form of military equipment and economic assistance to countries which have maintained friendly relations with the U.S. or expressed some commitment to democratic reform. Second, the United States has sent millions of dollars of humanitarian aid to people suffering as a result of civil war, natural disasters, or epidemics and disease. And third, both Republican and Democratic presidents since the Cold War have voiced support for worldwide respect for human rights. Okay, that's the end of lecture